Deep under the sparkling blue ocean, far below the waves, where sunlight softened into a magical glow, there lived a young mermaid princess named Ariel. She belonged to the royal kingdom of the sea, ruled by her father, the mighty Sea King. Ariel was beautiful, with long flowing hair, a shimmering tail, and eyes full of curiosity. But unlike the other mermaids, Ariel always dreamed of the world above the water, the world of humans. Every day she collected treasures that had fallen from the human world, shiny forks, glass bottles, and strange tools she didn't understand. Her best friend, a tiny fish named Finn, always warned her to be careful, but Ariel's heart longed to explore. On her 15th birthday, Ariel was finally allowed to swim up to the surface for the first time. With excitement bubbling inside her, she rose through the waves and looked upon the human world. The sky was a soft pink, birds flew freely, and a grand ship sailed across the sea. Music and laughter filled the air. On the ship stood a young, handsome prince. Ariel watched him with wonder. His kind smile, bright eyes, and warm laugh made her heart flutter. As the night grew darker, a sudden storm began to roar. Lightning flashed, waves crashed, and the ship was torn apart. Without thinking, Ariel dove into the raging waters and saved the prince from drowning. She brought him to the shore and gently placed him on the sand, as she sang a soft melody. The prince slowly opened his eyes, but before he could see her clearly, people from the nearby castle arrived. Ariel slipped back into the sea, her heart lost between two worlds. From that day on, Ariel could not forget the prince. She longed to walk on land, to speak to him, and to live in the world she had only dreamed about. Knowing her desire, the cunning sea witch, Ursula, appeared from the shadows. Ursula offered Ariel a dangerous deal. She would turn Ariel into a human for 3 days. But in return, Ariel had to give up her precious voice, the sweetest voice in the entire ocean. And if the prince didn't fall in love with her within those 3 days, Ariel would become Ursula's prisoner forever. With a trembling heart but great determination, Ariel agreed. A swirl of dark magic wrapped around her tail, turning it into legs. Weak and voiceless, Ariel was found on the beach by the prince himself. He felt a strange connection to her, believing she might be the girl who saved him. But since she could not speak, he wasn't sure. Ariel stayed at the castle, learning to walk, smile, and communicate without words. The prince grew fond of her gentle nature. They spent their days walking through gardens, exploring the town, and sailing across calm waters. Ariel felt happiness she had never known before, but the fear of losing her chance grew as the 3rd day approached. Seeing this, Ursula used dark magic to disguise herself as a beautiful human girl. She carried Ariel's stolen voice and enchanted the prince with her song. The spell was powerful. The prince believed Ursula was the girl who saved him. A grand wedding was arranged at sea. Ariel, heartbroken, felt her dreams slipping away. But her faithful sea friends, Finn and the seagull Skippy, discovered the truth. They rushed to the ship, causing chaos and breaking the seashell holding Ariel's stolen voice. The magic shattered, and Ariel's voice returned to her. The prince immediately recognized the real girl who had saved him. He reached for Ariel, but Ursula, furious at her plan being ruined, transformed into a giant sea monster. The waves rose high, lightning flashed, and a fierce battle began. With courage and determination, Ariel and the prince fought together. Using quick thinking, the prince struck Ursula's magic crystal, the source of her power. It shattered into pieces, and Ursula vanished into a swirl of dark smoke. Peace returned to the sea once more. The Sea King, seeing the love between Ariel and the prince and understanding her true happiness, gently touched the water with his trident and granted Ariel a permanent human form. Tears of joy filled Ariel's eyes as she embraced her father one last time. Ariel married the prince in a beautiful ceremony by the shore. The waves sparkled, sea creatures gathered to watch from afar, and warm sunlight blessed the day. The Little Mermaid, who once dreamed of the world above, finally found her home in love, in freedom, and in a world she had always wished for. And so Ariel and the prince lived happily ever after.